Hello again, everyone. Um, Today is March 6th, and I am going to be working on something ever so slightly different tonight. Um, for those of you who are new, this is a series of work on my Mega Man engine in C Sharp. And today, originally I was thinking that I would go into some boring feature of the editor, something that wasn't particularly exciting but was pretty necessary for the editor in order for it to function at all for anyone other than myself, something necessary for it to be used outside of development. But instead, I decided to try something a little different. Um, Earlier today, I was attempting to rip some sprites from a stage in Mega Man 4, uh, this stage in particular. Um, and if you recognize, this is the stage I was using in my last stream for doing the auto-scrolling feature. And when I was doing that, I tiled up a mock-up of this stage using some tiles that I found online, and they were a little bit incomplete. They did not have the clouds, and also some of the little onion dome things. I don't know the proper name for them. Uh, They were mostly there, but it seemed like they were partially not there, so I was going to rip the full tile set, and initially I attempted to use a tool to just rip them straight out of this ROM, and it's pretty hard to do that. The tiles come out as bitmaps, and they're all in grayscale because it's just palette image information, and it's the emulator or uh, the system that has to determine the colors out of those, so you'd have to pick your colors on the palette, and also the images are, the tile sets are all mixed up, they're integrated, they're interspersed with just game data, so the bitmaps have a lot of static in them. Anyway, it's a huge pain to try to get those out of there, so I decided instead to go the take screenshots and slice them up approach. That's also pretty tedious, and I really didn't feel like doing that. Uh, so I decided instead what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to write a little console app tool to help that process. So you'll basically take a screenshot of the game and then feed it into this application, and as long as it's lined up just right, it'll slice it up into 16 by 16 tiles, it'll remove the duplicates, and then it'll paste them all together into a single output image and save that for you. Maybe at some point in the future, if it works pretty well, I'll throw it directly into the editor. Maybe I'll make it, try to arrange them in some sensible order somehow. Maybe I'll see about putting in multiple images and see if we can figure out animation out of them. It doesn't seem like it would be too terribly difficult. But anyway, I just started up this new console application in Visual Studio, and I haven't done anything yet, so let's see if I can put this thing together from scratch. I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes in the process, so you'll have to forgive. Alright, here we go. So, I guess, first of all, gotta decide what libraries this thing needs to include. What DLLs do I need to process bitmaps? Do I want to work with system.drawing? Probably. That's not too bad. It might be a little slow, but I don't know. It's not something that has to do on a continuous basis, so I can deal with that. Browse, assemblies, system dot. I don't even know where it is, so I haven't worked with this stuff in a little while, so there it is. System.drawing. So that'll be the GDI graphics whatever thing. Alright, let's try. We'll build it up one layer at a time. Going to start. I'll just hard code this for now. Say little string. Where I put that? My junk folder. Where's the file path that I was using there? Tile sets, sprite rips. It's in my screenshots folder. Let's see. I have it right over here. And the file path for these is... I'll copy that. And I don't know, did that have the file name as well? Screenshots. Let's go with Mega Man 4 U underscore 004. Let's try to get that right. Dot ping. Okay. There was one underscore, not two. Okay, so we're just going to start doing everything as literal as possible. No good code, and once each step works, I'll just break it out a little bit. I'll just... is there a from... Yeah! Sweet. From file. There we go. Does this take a string formatty thingy? Yeah, it does. Let's see how we do there. Excellent, we have an image loaded. That is exactly how large it is. Okay, step 1. I know, how exciting. Oh, come on, you know if I got a Hearthstone, I'd be, well, I haven't even seen it. I have no idea how it works, but there are way too many games in my life. And I just got the hang of being able to play simple idle games and actually work on code at the same time. It's a very delicate balance right now. Usually falling to the side of just playing games all the time. I actually haven't touched Minecraft in but maybe a week. I played some earlier. This was maybe about 4 or 5 days. Anyway. Okay, next step is... well, I gotta slice it up. Yeah. Gonna stack them up. And then I'm gonna slice them very thin. How do I slice up this image? I don't know. Let's see. R equals... ooh, do I want to create... yeah, I need to create new images from... let's see what I can do with the graphics on that. Equals image done. Ooh, no, it's graphics. Yeah, this is what's crazy. I used to... I'll get back to it. I remember all of these methods from GDI days. It's like riding a bike. Right, then we got all of these methods, like there's no blitting here. There's drawing other images. You draw them on top of each other, and scale or not scale. You can draw your paths. Sweet. Okay, so what I'm going to end up doing is making other images and drawing this one onto them as pieces. Then I've got to deduplicate them, and then I'll draw those tiles back onto my destination image once I calculate how big it needs to be. So, I do have to make... let's see, what kind of image? Yeah, you can just make new bitmaps. Tiles equals new list bitmap. Okay. Actually, our width equals, let's see, That would be the images with integer division of 16. Hopefully your input image is actually multiples of 16 on the side. If it's not, I guess this means it'll just ignore the trimmings on the end. Okay, now we might as well initialize this properly. So, yeah, what was that? For y equals 0, y less than height, y plus plus. You would not believe me if I told you how many of this exact structure I have written in my life. Like that, I don't even know. Okay. Equals bitmap. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Any other useful constructors I should use? With height stri pixel format? Nah, that's the one I want. Now do I want... Ooh, do I want the destinations graphics instead of the sources? Let's see. Draws the specified portion of the specified image onto this one. Yeah, so actually, I want not your graphics. I want your graphics. Yay. Main image at the specified location. Location of the upper left corner of the drawn image. Okay, that's the destination point. I want the source point. Come on. There's too many overloads. Maybe it's one of those, probably. X, Y, destination. There's a source rect in there. Dest rect, source rect. Do I want that? X, Y with height. Let's do that one, so that way I can just say 0, 0. Source rect, new rectangle, and that is X, Y with height. Okay, X times 16, Y times 16, 16, 16. It's going to demand... That's what I'm using, right? Graphics unit dot pixel. Okay, it's happy. Great. That loop should be good. Now, tiles.count. This will also tell me how long it takes to actually process the entire image into slices. Are you ready from... No. Oh wait, read needs an enter key. Ready to go. Wait. Let's try... That was weird. Go. Okay, so it said 240, but then it read... I'm not sure exactly how all of these work. Next key. Read line. Why did it not... Okay. It was 240, right? Yep. That sounds right? Yeah, there should be 16 by 14. Yep. what's up with that read not working, whatever. How's the chat doing? People! Hello. Aga viewer. Greetings, Markiplier coolness. Haha. Just reading up the chat. Okay. So, now the interesting part is deduplicating these, because if I don't do that, then there's really no point to this entire tool, because I would just output the source image again, because it's slicing it up and then reassembling it. So, how do you do a distinct on images? If I do a pixel by pixel comparison, which seems pretty likely that's what I'm going to end up doing, I have some slight concerns about performance, although based on what I just saw, that may be totally unfounded. Let's get rid of these lines. We know it works. I wrote it. Of course it works. Har har har. Okay. Now, got to figure out how to deduplicate. So I think, rather than all of the logic of compare A to B optimally through the list, I think is there a distinct that takes a callback of some sort? I know the Morlink library has distinct by. Ooh, I have an idea to do it easily. Okay, not easily. I have an idea to do it, period. Yeah, I got an idea. Public bitmap. Okay. Just gonna let you do that, and then magic formula. I think distinct uses the equality operators, so boom. And maybe I have to implement get hashcode too. This is going to be clunky. Clunky, clunky, clunky. Not object is tile. This is totally pointless. Why would anything else not be? I mean, this is the whole thing is going to be this one file, so can't imagine this case ever happening. Okay, that's stupid. That's better. Now, I gotta compare two images pixel for pixel. Sure, why not? Okay. And I'm going to continue the assumption that they're 16 by 16 in this class. I think you have to use graphics objects for this too. Maybe you see where I'm going with this. Very costly 1 by 1 pixel comparison. for... let's just steal this. Woohoo. Now I got a cat in my lap. Again. She does not know when she is unwelcome. Alright. Okay. Chat has nothing to do with me, so continue your jovial conversation. Sixteen. If, let's see. Hang on. Oh, I don't need graphics objects. Yes, thank you for slacking that. Did you not ask in here? Did somebody ask? I miss it. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I missed it. Okay. Yes, you do have to worry about it being offset by some number of pixels. If the screenshot you feed in is, shifted by something, if the top left is not the top left of a tile, it will be all wrong. But I guess it's up to you to crop it properly before you stick it in the program, and I have no idea how to fix that otherwise. I suppose that if it's wrong, it means that the deduplication would not find too much, because tiles neighboring each other a certain way, every combination of neighbors would be kind of like a new tile, and so there'd be a suspiciously low number of duplicates and a suspiciously high number of unique tiles. So that might be a flag, but that's just a heuristic, and there's really no way you could, rely on that. So I suppose you could, have this tool rerun itself over and over, shifting the image just a pixel at a time a bunch of times, and then output the one with the fewest unique tiles, and that's probably the correct answer. But I don't know. Well, let's just see if we can get it working. Originally, I was just going to do this for myself so that I could get those tiles from that cosmic stage without having to chop them up by hand, because that's just out of the question. Although, if I had done that, I would probably be finished by now. Oh yeah, what were we saying? This is actually not necessary. That saves us a little bit. Yeah, that was right. T.image.getPixel xy is not equal to t this.image.getPixel xy. Return false. Yay. True. Okay, that could be a successful implementation. I don't know if I need hash code, because perhaps... Actually, you know what? That's fine, because if it uses the hash code first, it would probably be the case that the default implementation might reflect onto the image and return its hash code something, and in that case, I don't know what it would do. In any case, it would probably not be equal for differing sprites, differing tiles, which means that it would just fall back onto the equals method for doing the equals comparison. The hash code would just be like a shortcut. If they are equal, then that would be equal. If they're not, you still have to check the equals method to be sure that it wasn't a collision. Okay, now I turn this into a list of tile, and this new tile image equals little tile. There. Tiles equals tiles dot distinct. I will now go up to top. What? .to list, thank you. Okay, now I reassemble. And let's see. How do I know the correct dimensions? So we take the count. I want the closest thing to the square root of it, I guess. Yeah. So I'll take the floor of the square root of the number of tiles, and that's one side. Our sheet width equals... there's no reason to use floor when you're just casting to an int anyway. Math.squirt of tiles.count. And sheet height. Okay. Count divided by sheet width. Hang on, making sure, because I know I haven't multiplied by like 16 or whatever. So let's say there were 17, then the width would still be 4, and the height would be 17 divided by 4 would be 4 point something, which would just integer divide to 4, and we'd be cutting something off. So I have to round up. So I can either ceiling the float division, or I can just add 1 here. Except actually, yeah, if it actually does come out even, we don't need to add 1. Somebody say something in chat if I'm doing something dumb or inefficient, and there's an easier way to get this correct. Int math dot ceiling So if it's like 17 through 24 tiles, then those all divide by 4 to yield 4 point something, and, well, 20 divided by, yeah, it would just have more rows. Okay, yeah, 4 point something, that means that would become 5. That's correct, and then if there were actually 20 through 24 tiles, then that would become an extra row. Well, that's probably correct. We'll find out when I go to run it for the first time. Ooh. Wow. Can't believe that actually. So convenient. Nope. Not that. I need another loops. image tiles I dot image. We draw it at the coordinates of x times 16, y times 16. Boom. Tile sheet dot save, and actually let's just put it right next to the other one. Okay. Anybody else? Nope. All right. Moment of truth, I suppose. We will find out if I have any out-of-bounds errors, if I tried to draw somewhere I cannot draw, if I used some invalid something or others, permissions errors, or if my whole scheme for distinctifying the images did not work in the slightest. And I'd really like to get this cat out of my way. Okay, I'm going to press F5 now, and we'll see what happens. It ran, and then it closed, and it did not throw an exception. So there's probably an image in that folder. The question of what it looks like remains to be seen. E. Stuff, games, emulating. Yeah. Tiles, tiles. Whoa, that is not correct at all. That's pretty dang boring. Oh well. It is 240 by 256, so it's the same size. It did not come down in size, and seriously, it took this and turned it into that. For shame. Okay, now the debugging starts. Fun. Alright, excuse me a moment while I uncatify this room. Okay, sorry about that. Also, apologies if the microphone button just made a really loud popping noise in your ears. That may have happened. Okay, I gotta debug whatever's going on with this this thing. Clearly not working as intended. First of all, let's see if this is being called. Was I smart? I was not. That did not work. Tiles, there are 240. ARTB. original is 24 bits per pixel RGB. I wonder if that makes a difference. Let's try. Actually, that's not what I meant. I meant to say original one. Same deal, no dice. If I undo that, so just split, paste. I get it. Let me try this. Take one. What was the first thing you sliced? Or what is that? Why is it just black and blue? That was clearly not my intent. Okay. Try the image. Is it like stretching it or shrinking it or something? Because I didn't give it a source rect. So it's draw image means draw this onto the target. Draw the giant one onto the target at this location. Clearly ain't working. Let's try a different overload. Maybe I just did that wrong. Alright, X is close to be 0, 0, 16, 16, drawn at 0, 0, 16, 16. Maybe this is wrong? I don't know. I used to do this all the time. This was how the engine first worked before it had XNA. It literally just did these draw image calls. Maybe resolution of some sort? Still garbage. What the heck is going on? Okay. Let's just debug stuff. Image is my input.getPixel. It's a bitmap, right? Okay, so I do need to cast it. Okay, that is a black pixel. Is it correct? No, that is not a black pixel at all. Assuming we're looking at the same picture, 0, 0 is not a black pixel. It is very much a cloud pixel. Let's try another one. Hey, that's something. 255, 208, 205, 255. That looks more accurate. Why is it like... Are we looking at the same picture here? Image is the source thing. 4U004. That's it. Oh, it's got this bar on the side because I never saved it. That explains a little bit. So the black color coming from here is from this left side, and then this other color is that. So this actually is the first tile. So that part was working. What I meant to do is this. I probably should actually give it a correct image in order to do this. So let's do that. The first one is there. The black is not included. Yeah, I know there's the whole health bar and stuff, but we'll just have to deal with that. Now the canvas size, 240. Great. Save it. Now, if I run this thing, oh, it's an indexed pixel format now. Maybe if I just ignore that now and say, no, not doing that. It's a cloud tile. What do you know? I think. Probably a cloud tile. Get rid of the take one. Let's just do this. Say, reassemble the whole thing, just as it is. We get a whole lot of cloud. Something's wrong with this splitting thing. So let's see. How about this? There were 240. So let's say skip 200 and take one. Which one do I get? I get a pipe. So that part's working. We know that the slicing seems to be okay. Excellent. Now I did something horrifyingly wrong here. I never said I++. Ha ha. I am so dumb. Boom. That still doesn't do it. I need to say I++ inside this loop. Yeah. That's a little better. I'm not sure why they're all the same. Oh, because there's, you know, a whole bunch of those. Come on, one of these days we'll get an actual image. Hey! We got the whole thing right back. It regenerated the original image. Excellent. Ooh. You made a friend. Awesome. Incrementing those variables. Climbing in your codebase. Setting your variables up. Okay. Now the all-important distinctify. How does distinct work? Let's ask somebody. Equality compare, probably. Ooh. Group by the thing. Select the first. Thank you, Mr. Genius. Group by something. Select. Okay. Group by. No, we're not grouping anything. T goes to property. Now I would need to implement hash code rather than comparisons. Okay, maybe that's not a good idea. You know what? Woohoo! That's exactly what I need to hear. I know what a hash is. What is the code? Okay, I'll do this. Don't need you, but I do need you. And I will just steal this. Anybody watching this feature, I am now documenting on Twitch for all eternity my ripping of this code. Thank you to Visual C# Kicks. This is not original content by me. Okay, with that disclaimer out of the way, copy pasta time! Wait, byte data. Here is a much faster way to do it. Oh wait, actually it's that one instead. He stole from somewhere else too. Okay. Now, we do this. Let's see if that whole MD5 thing is just lying around in a namespace that we can actually use. Probably not. Holy crap, yeah it is. Okay. Hash equals that. Now what am I supposed to do? I'm stupid. How do I turn this hash into... Thank you. Ooh. Bit converter 2 and 32. Thank you. And there we go. We have a hash format. And I haven't even read this code. Let's just assume that the marshalling works. Okay. Woohoo! This should be better. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. It crashed. Parameter is not valid. Image.lockbits. How about the lock pixel format is the one that the image actually is? That didn't work either. Okay. What parameter? Thank you. Oh, probably that 3030 garbage going on. Sorry, I didn't even notice. Copy. It could just say image.width and height, but whatever. There we go. Haha! Is that really all of the unique stuff it found? I would have thought it would have found something more than that. Let's see. Like, for one thing, I don't see Mega Man's forehead. And that's only 4 tiles on the bottom, instead of, you know, got this whole thing at the top. Well, that's captured here, but we're missing right, left, and middle, vertical, left, vertical. We're missing the middle stuff, and we're missing space. Nice. Hodge ants, Hodge flows, cause initializing everyone up there. The syllabage doesn't work too well. Set distincting to not work too perfectly. Wait a minute, this is just scan 0. This is the first scan line in the bitmap. Wait, no, that's the first pixel. We want the entire size of it. Never mind. Raw image data, 30 by 30. That's dumb. Maybe it was... I don't know. Any more 30s lying around in there? Save it. And now... it looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Don't have to come to confess. We're looking for you. Let's return that. Who knows? That's going to be way too big, so it's probably that whatever it is, it's overflowing it. Yeah, so... yeah. This is a puzzle. Suggestions? Huh, I got an idea. Group by... get data code. I'll rename that. I'll make you a long. That might help. I have no idea if the long can hold the raw image data. I could do the math, but I'm lazy. That didn't seem to help in the slightest. That was... yeah, that's worse. Can you group by an array? Probably. Why not? Fun. No complaints. And now that's just the whole thing. How about if I just literally concatenated all of the bytes into a string and used that? Because obviously the byte array was using that as a comparison. It's just using object equality on the arrays. So it's always false. Wait, is there actually a distinct with a equality comparer? Holy crap. Oh, wow. Bam. That's fine by me. Now this, I will just use the implementation that I had always wanted to do before. I don't need that, but I'm too lazy to remove the tile class. If this works, I'll do that. What a waste of time. Alright. Ripping off my own code. Why is that not? Oh, I'm dumb. Let's rename those to A and B. That makes much more sense for me. Not equal to get pixel, please. Pa-boom! Equality compare tile. Oh yeah. It builds. I delete the garbage. Run it. And we get the same picture again. Did this even get called? It did not. Yeah, equals isn't getting called at all. This is why the previous thing was better. Because if the get hash codes are equal, it just skips it. Maybe I should just return some incrementing number to make sure all of the hash codes are different and say, stop that, go use the equals. Image compare. Static int haha equals 0. Turn haha plus plus. What? Every single time it's different now. What does it take to get my equals method called? I really don't know. It says it's called in case of collision, so I got it the other way around. I was dumb. Turn 0. Everything collides. Haha! Index was out of range? It's 28. I is 28. height 6, width... Oh, because there's an extra row and it just kept going straight through it. That looks a lot better. That doesn't exist. And this looks like the actual every unique tile out of that image. Oh, where's all of my stream followers? It's Friday night. I'm supposed to have plenty of people watching this thing. And I know all this commentary is going to sound really dumb in, I don't know, 2 days when it's up on YouTube. What the hell are you talking about? Why am I talking like that? That is not me. It's Moth Joe's fault. He has trained me. Alright, what's next? Should I try to make these images close together? No. Okay. Well, I got this thing, so am I going to use it? Probably. Yeah. Next, need to make it so that oh yeah, first of all, let's get rid of the stupid tile class. That's just pointless. There we go. Now, I need to make it take parameters and an output parameter. So, let's see. How about out image out tiles? Yeah, I can work with that. Wait. Image, no. Oh yeah. Whoopsie. Does not need to be out. So I'm going to take that. Did that seriously get okay? Okay. Slicing it up. Now I can handle multiple parameters by passing multiple images. Wait, why does it need file path? It does not. Thanks for that. that's probably not necessary either, is it? Let's find out. That's fine. Okay, that means image is not used anywhere else. So I actually am going to say let me take that. Excellent. And now I didn't even put a variable name there. How silly. Um, let's just turn that back into a list. Let's get rid of concat. Do that, and everybody's happy. That's much better. Now, oh yeah, gotta figure out a good output path. This is not going to work in the long term. So that will be no, maybe it's an environment thing. That's it. So if I grab this, then I go into my code directory. Try, what is it called? Tile, right? Yeah, why not I get bash there? That was interesting. Perhaps I can debug that if I go into my properties and tell it .ping to use that. Is that what I got before? Bit argument exception, bitmap constructor. Okay. Excellent. Sheet. Whoa, that's not correct. No tiles. Oh, you don't have to skip. Oh yeah, this isn't stupid like, this isn't C where, you know, the file name itself is the first parameter. That worked much better. So that means now I can go like this again. And an image appears. A wild tiles appears. Okay,